YouTube. This is Tiffany, and I thought I would do my update today on kind of a humorous note. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and I was letting them know, where we were at with Dade and what was going on. It's somebody I haven't seen in a really long time, and so later on in the conversation, they were saying like, "Wow, you really have the best of both worlds," and I thought, I do really have the best of both worlds, and so I thought I would kind of share why I think I have the best of both worlds, or the upside of being married to a trans man. So, and I have a little list so that I wouldn't forget them. So the first one is Dade has lived as a woman, and so he has insights that maybe a bio male, or I think it's called a cis male or something, that somebody who is born physically as a male, they wouldn't have those insights, because they, even though if there's compassion and empathy and feministic beliefs and such, they still, it's like, unless you walk a mile in somebody's shoes, you can't really know what they're going through. But Dade can, because he's lived as a woman. He's been through all of that stuff, and so he can relate in ways that that somebody else couldn't. Another one is that if I ever want to play into stereotypes, it's nice now, because with two women you can't really play into stereotypes. But with a male, if I'm like tired and don't want to take out the garbage, I can just do the like, it's not my job. That's that's the man's job. Or if I don't want to clean up the cat vomit, it's like, that's your job. That's not my job. That's a man's job. I would never do that. Sex, kind of enough said there, but knows where all the parts are, knows how they work, not from a book or videos, but because he's had the same parts. Pretty cool. And it also makes girls' night really easy when you're with a woman, and somebody declares that it's girls' night. In the hetero world, that means like, get rid of your mate. It's, the girls are going out, we're going to go play. But when it's two women, it's like, do we both go? Do I go? Do you go? That's awkward. But when it's a man and a woman, I get to go. I go all by myself. It just makes it so easy. Anyway, that was it. That was my list. Things are going really well. In terms of dealing with stuff, with the trans stuff, it's we are, I think, poking along on things. Everything takes a really long time. I mentioned that in the last one, but I just had a bug fly in my head. But there's just a lot of phone calls and waiting. And with each phone call that Dade makes, or with each court visit or any of the other things, there's a lot of anxiety and frustration and anger, because people are generally rude and just full of fear, and so they shoot that out at Dade. And so now, even before he goes in to prepare for something that he has to identify himself as trans, it's like, it's this whole buildup of emotion that's exhausting for both of us, because he's preparing, he's putting on the armor, basically, so that nobody can hurt him. But that's just a hard thing to go through as a couple, or to watch a person go through, because if they're having an emotional response, it's hard for you not to kind of put on your armor and have that come between each other. So that's been something we've had to be really clear about, and Dade's definitely introduced language of like, I'm not mad at you, and really has to say that, so I can kind of back out of the situation and realize it's not about me. And in many cases, there's not a lot I can do except just be really loving and supportive. And Dade's style is just kind of, leave him alone until he's ready to talk. So, which is not my style. So I'm having to work on that one. Anyway, that's it. That's my update. We are happily growing a baby. We are nearing week 17. So we get to find out the sex of it in a couple of weeks, and we're very excited about that. Yeah, so we'll stay in touch, and happy spring to you.